Scene fades in flickering lights. A slow echoing laugh crawls through the darkness. Huh. Huh. Hot grins. Oh, don't be shy. I can hear your heartbeat from here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You made it to the part of the night where the masks start to slip, where smiles start to crack, leans forward, voice lowering to a whisper. Tell me, have you ever stared in the mirror so long that the reflection started to laugh first? That's when you realize the monster you feared was never under your bed. It was always behind your eyes. Laugh softly. You see, society loves to talk about heroes, capes, morality, justice. But the moment someone stops pretending, the moment someone smiles through the pain, they call him crazy. He chuckles. Oh, you like crazy, don't you? It makes you feel normal, safe, predictable. Ha pauses, voice darkens. Want to know how crazy looks? Crazy looks like waking up every day pretending you're fine. Crazy looks like scrolling through lives that are faker than your own reflection. Crazy is you applauding lies while crucifying truth tellers. A slow clapping bravo. You've built a world where honesty is insanity, and masks are mandatory, and yet you laugh at me. People laugh at me because I'm different. But I laugh at them because they're all the same. Ham walks closer, smirking smile, because it confuses them. Smile because deep down, you know no one really cares what's real. They just want a show. And oh, I love a good show. The chaos, the screams, the truth bleeding through the cracks of a perfect little world. Ham pauses, whispering like a secret. You worship order, but order is just the slow death of passion. You crave meaning, but meaning only exists when you're falling apart. You want peace, but peace is boring, isn't it? So you create your own wars, in your head, in your heart, in your homes, and then you call me mad for enjoying the fireworks. He laughs louder, echoing in the dark. You see, I don't want to fix the world. I just want to show it what it truly looks like. Cracked, bleeding, smiling through the pain. Because only when you've lost everything do you start to see everything. Sure tilts head, eyes glinting. You think I'm smiling because I'm happy? No. No, I'm smiling because I know. I know your secrets, your fears, your pretty little lies you whisper into the mirror every morning, and I find them hilarious. He pauses, silence, then a grin spreads wide. So go on, put your mask back on. Pretend again. Tell yourself you're normal, that everything's fine. And remember, every time you fake a smile, you're one of us. He steps back into shadow, voice fading into darkness. Because in the end, we all go a little mad trying to stay sane. And that's why I'm always smiling. Laughter echoes, the lights flicker, fade to black. Madness reveals truth when sanity hides it. You see, sanity is a costume, a delicate little illusion we all wear to make sure no one notices the trembling hands beneath the table. It's the polite smile at a funeral, the practiced tone of control when your mind is screaming inside. Sanity is a fragile glass mask, polished by society, shaped by expectation, and worn by those terrified of what lurks beneath. But madness, madness doesn't hide. Madness doesn't dress up or apologize. Madness rips the curtain off the stage and shows the ugly machinery behind your so-called perfect life. When people call someone mad, what they really mean is, you make me uncomfortable. They mean, you say things I've been too afraid to think. They mean, you remind me of the truth I keep buried. Madness is not chaos, it's clarity. It's seeing the cracks in the painting everyone else pretends is flawless. The sane ones are too busy nodding, following, performing, while the madman laughs because he finally understands how fake it all is. He's not blind anymore. He's awake. And that's what frightens them most. You see, the world doesn't want truth. The world wants comfort. They build walls around reality and call it normal. They create systems to keep you numb. They hand you pills, screens, fake smiles, and say, everything's fine. But the mad ones can't close their eyes. They feel everything too deeply, too loudly. Every whisper of pain, every drop of hypocrisy, every lie hidden beneath laughter. It burns them alive, and yet they smile through the flames, because at least they know what's real. Sanity teaches you to obey, to suppress your screams, to walk in straight lines, to never question why the sky looks so heavy tonight. But madness invites you to dance in the rain of your own thoughts, to break free from the invisible cage of acceptance. It lets you see the world without filters, without masks, without the perfume of politeness. Madness is not about losing control. It's about losing illusion. And here's the cruel joke. The sane call the mad broken, but the mad see that everyone else is cracked. Sanity is a performance you maintain until your mind collapses from exhaustion. People drink, scroll, pray, and sleep to escape the silence because silence tells the truth. Silence whispers, you're not who you pretend to be. But madness listens to that whisper. It doesn't run. It nods, it smiles. It says, finally, someone's being honest. When the joker laughs, it's not because he finds the world funny. It's because he's done pretending it makes sense. He's seen what's behind the curtain. He's seen how people smile while bleeding, how they love with conditions, how they cry in secret but post joy online. That kind of truth is unbearable for the sane. It shatters them. But for the mad, it's liberation. Because once you've accepted the absurdity of everything, nothing can control you anymore. The line between sanity and madness is nothing more than a reflection of who follows the script and who throws it into the fire. The mad one doesn't care about fitting in, doesn't bow to comfort, doesn't need to be understood. He's free in his chaos. He's honest in his pain. And maybe that's why he smiles. The kind of smile that unnerves the world. The kind of smile that says, I know what you're hiding. So yes, madness reveals truth when sanity hides it. Because sanity is the mask that keeps society calm. But madness is the mirror that shows what's really there. And once you've looked into that mirror long enough, you stop being afraid of what you see. You start to laugh. Not because it's funny, but because it's real. Society fears honesty more than chaos. Because honesty is a mirror, and no one truly wants to see what's staring back at them. Chaos, at least, can be blamed on something else. A riot, a crisis, a villain. Chaos is convenient. You can point at it, condemn it, call it evil, and sleep peacefully thinking you're better than it. But honesty strips you bare. It doesn't destroy your world. It exposes the truth that it was never real to begin with. People say they want truth. They beg for transparency, authenticity, clarity. But when they finally get it, when someone looks them in the eye and tells them what they really are, they flinch. They run. They call it cruelty. Because honesty doesn't flatter. It doesn't care about your comfort. It burns through the polite smiles, the soft lies, the rehearsed morality that holds this fragile circus together. You see, chaos is loud. Explosions, arguments, revolutions. It's visible, dramatic, cinematic. But honesty is quiet. It seeps in like poison. It whispers the things you've been pretending not to hear. It tells you your love is conditional, your goodness is performative, your dreams are borrowed. Chaos tears buildings down, honesty tears souls down. That's why society fears it more. We live in a world addicted to appearance. Filter slogans, brand, new truths manufactured for convenience. People scream about freedom, yet they silence anyone who speaks freely. They talk about equality but worship hierarchy. They post about love while scrolling through loneliness. And when someone dares to call it out, When someone dares to say it as it is, they're labeled dangerous, toxic, mad. Because the truth doesn't fit neatly into the script. It ruins the illusion, and the illusion is what keeps them calm. Chaos can be controlled. It can be policed, punished, rebuilt. But honesty cannot be undone once it's spoken. It lingers, it infects. It forces reflection, and reflection is terrifying. Because when you strip away the noise, when you remove the excuses, you're left with yourself. And that's the scariest truth of all. Society doesn't fear explosions, it fears mirrors. Think about it. The world celebrates liars who make people feel good, but crucifies truth, tellers who make people think. They'll cheer for the comforting delusion before they ever applaud the uncomfortable truth. That's why honesty sounds like rebellion, even when it's whispered. That's why truth, tellers are exiled while pretenders are crowned. Because deep down, everyone knows honesty is more chaotic than chaos itself. It dismantles the soul's structure. You see, chaos breaks bones, but honesty breaks belief. Chaos is temporary, but truth is permanent. When chaos ends, people rebuild. When honesty strikes, people can never see the world the same again. And that's what terrifies them. That's why society hides behind smiles, laws, and labels. Because deep down they know one honest word can start a revolution no army can contain. So they keep pretending. They keep smiling. They build temples to lies and call them systems. But some of us, the ones they call mad, cruel, dangerous, we see through it. We know that truth is not gentle. It's not supposed to be. Truth is chaos in disguise. And every time we speak it, the world trembles. Not because it's unprepared, but because it finally sees itself. Masks are the real faces people wear. They smile with plastic lips, cry with rehearsed sorrow, and speak in borrowed words that sound human but are hollow. Every day the world becomes a masquerade ball, endless, glittering, exhausting. People walk among each other, hiding behind filters, titles, and polite lies, terrified that someone might see who they really are underneath. The irony is delicious. They fear exposure more than deception. They fear being known more than being fake. From the moment we learn to speak, we're taught which mask to wear. The good child, the responsible one, the strong one. We learn when to smile, when to nod, when to stay silent. Every reaction rehearsed, every emotion filtered. You can't tell me that's authenticity. That's performance. Society has turned living into acting, and everyone's auditioning for acceptance. You see, masks don't just cover faces, they protect egos. They keep the world from seeing the trembling, uncertain creature underneath. People think masks are lies, but sometimes they're survival. Because the truth is too raw, too messy. If you show it, they'll mock you. If you hide it, they'll praise you. That's the world we built, where pretending is rewarded and honesty is punished. Watch them, at work, online, at dinner tables. The laughter too sharp, the compliments too sweet, the empathy too staged. They've all become experts at imitation. The smile isn't joy, it's armor. The confidence isn't strength, it's fear in disguise. They'll tell you they're fine while breaking inside, and you'll nod, because you're wearing your own mask too. Everyone is pretending to be okay, and that's the cruelest joke of all. The mask gives you power. It gives you control. Behind it, you can be whoever the world wants. But stay behind it too long, and you forget who you were before. You lose your real face somewhere between the expectations and applause. And one day, you look in the mirror, and you don't recognize the reflection. That's when the mask wins. It doesn't hide you anymore, it becomes you. People fear monsters in the dark, but the real monsters walk under daylight, dressed in smiles and politeness. They shake hands, say the right things, play by the rules. The world calls them good citizens, but underneath, they're hungry for validation, bleeding for meaning, suffocating beneath their own performance. And the moment someone rips off their mask, they panic. Not because they've been exposed, but because they've forgotten how to breathe without it. The tragedy isn't that people wear masks. The tragedy is that they fall in love with them. They fall in love with personas, not people. They marry the image, not the soul. They raise children to wear smaller versions of their own masks, teaching them early that being real is dangerous. They call it manners, culture, civilization, but it's camouflage. A beautiful, suffocating camouflage. And then there are the few who dare to take the mask off. The raw ones. The honest ones. The ones who laugh too loudly, cry too easily, speak too bluntly. The world calls them unstable, too emotional, too much. But they're the only ones who are alive. They remind everyone else what being human feels like. And that reminder burns. That's why society rejects them. Because the unmasked are mirrors, and mirrors are merciless. So yes, masks are the real faces people wear. Because behind every, "I'm fine," there's a scream. Behind every, "I'm happy," there's exhaustion. Behind every polite smile, there's a story no one dares to tell. The world doesn't run on truth. It runs on performance. And the saddest part, everyone knows it. Deep down, everyone knows that we've traded authenticity for acceptance and honesty for belonging. But the show must go on. The mask must stay on. And when it cracks, when it slips, when for just 1 second the truth shows through, they'll laugh. They'll call it madness. Because in a world built on masks, being real is the ultimate crime. Smiling through pain is the purest rebellion. Because when the world expects you to break, to crumble, to beg for mercy, and you instead choose to smile, it terrifies them. That smile isn't denial, it's defiance. It's the quiet declaration that pain may live in your bones, but it will never own your soul. Anyone can scream in agony, but to laugh through it, to grin in the face of what's trying to destroy you, that's power. That's madness. That's freedom. Pain is supposed to silence you. It's supposed to make you smaller, weaker, obedient. Society loves its victims quiet and predictable. Crying makes sense to them. Suffering fits the script. But when you smile, when you dare to wear joy like armor, they can't categorize you anymore. They don't know whether to pity you or fear you. And that's when you become untouchable. Because pain no longer controls you. You've turned it into your stage. You see, the smile is not for them. It's not for the audience, the crowd, the doubters. It's for you. It's a message from the depths of your chaos saying, "I'm still here." That grin carved across your face while everything burns isn't foolishness. It's evolution. It's proof that you've learned how to dance with the fire instead of running from it. You've realized that pain doesn't mean the end. It means rebirth. Smiling through pain isn't pretending. It's transforming. It's taking the weapon meant to wound you and using it as a mirror to see who you truly are. When you can smile while you bleed, it means you've finally separated your soul from your suffering. You've learned that life will always hurt, but hurt doesn't have to hollow you out. It can sharpen you. It can make you dangerous in the most beautiful way. They say strength is loud, but that's a lie. Strength whispers. Strength walks through storms with steady steps and bleeding feet, wearing a smile that confuses the thunder. The smile is your rebellion against despair, your way of saying, "You can't kill what refuses to die." It's the middle finger to everything that ever tried to break you. Because pain expects submission, but you chose elegance instead. You chose to grin through the chaos and make it art. The world feeds on misery. It loves to see you cry. It loves to watch you collapse. because it makes everyone else feel safe in their weakness. But smile just once, and you ruin the script. You show them that pain doesn't have the final word. You show them that the broken can still shine, and that threatens them more than any weapon ever could. Because you've become unpredictable. You've become someone who cannot be controlled through fear. Behind that smile, there's a battlefield. Scars hidden beneath laughter, wounds stitched together with willpower. But the beauty of it, the reason it's rebellion, is because that smile is not a mask. It's a choice. It's the ultimate act of saying, I still own myself. No matter what they've taken, no matter how much you've lost, that one expression says, you didn't win. And that burns deeper than revenge. Some people smile to hide the pain, but the truly awakened smile because of it. Because they understand that without pain, joy would have no meaning. Without the fall, there'd be no flight. Without the suffering, the smile would be empty. Pain is the artist, the smile is its masterpiece. So when you see someone smiling through pain, don't call them brave. Call them dangerous. Because that person has walked through the fire, and instead of begging for help, they learned how to light their own path. They've turned agony into laughter, despair into rhythm, suffering into power. And once you've mastered that, once you've learned to smile when the world expects you to scream, there's nothing left that can destroy you, because your pain no longer defines you, it obeys you. And that smile, that beautiful, haunting smile, is the mark of a soul that refuses to surrender.